All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Leopard!
Now a handoff, Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On play action, Rosen. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Gone! Here we go now.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second down, Rosen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
To throw is Rosen, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick here is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs him off. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
So bad.
I don't know about that.
They got his man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's got Fitzgerald. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
True to form, true to scouting. Calvin Ridley downfield, making a big play and a long gain. How about him coming out of Alabama? One of his idols, Julio Jones, who played at Alabama, and now he's his teammate.
And he stays right in that SEC footprint, and that's just what the Falcon fans envision. Matt Ryan finding him for a good gain. Now Ryan on 1st down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, let's go. Gun. Hey, express. Let's go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
Play action here with Rosen. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Drops it off for Coleman. There he goes inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Ryan to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are in for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you're trying to get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out. And
they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And now running right through it. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hey, let's go.
They will run again with Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. A handoff to Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Ryan. And here now is Ben. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. First down, it's Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40, the 40, the 30, and he cuts it out right. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll run it with Johnson. Space to maneuver at the 40. David Johnson on his way. 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. Two able to connect on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Ryan. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. This is Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And it's taken in at the 9. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett In there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back now in Atlanta. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down to bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Fielded at about the 28. And a very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Hey, stop. Hey, stay. 22.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Let's go. Wait. 54, Seth.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
22. 280. Right.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Fighting a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Coleman now. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the gun, Ryan. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big run there by Johnson, and even 60 yards for him on the ground. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Forced out to his left. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On 2nd down, Rosen. His throw incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Ryan wants to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. He's back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Magic.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Ryan to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And now running right through it. Give him 30 yards there.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Jamar Taylor will be credited with a tackle.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Throwing now is Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A gain of 32 that time.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Here's Coleman. Oh, little 360. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Atlanta, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the May back on Monday, so Barbie Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that just was Friday. I said, babe, it's, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so. Don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Every lay, waist, snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly shrug tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Babe, back on Monday, so Barbie Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that just was Friday. I said, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so. Don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up. I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the May back on Monday, so Barbie Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that just was Friday. I said, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so. Don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways. Honorable C notes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swing doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about folks now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Pocket splitters. Don't think I'm ready. You got that swag. You got that salt. That free mind. Cash them out. We bailin'. Saw my teacher. I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. Ice. Swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Put the then she give me, ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it, bring it, I do. Don't want no, they pull up with they, no. It's times 3, this how it go. Park $1 million at the, we gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs and BJ. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Flash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta. Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about folks now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about folks now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Ice the game. Had to ice the game. So much ice. Too much. Had to ice the lane. Freeze the dust. Freeze. Had to freeze the lane. Freeze. Camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up. Guess I'm homegrown. Well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Get a clinics for that baby, bite this nose. I bite this nose. What's a leg with it explode? Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now whole gang. Just think about folks now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. All set. Ray, put your stars out. Ray. Not a board the house. Get deported out. Moved out for a shot. Harv in the Martian. I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about folks now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about folks now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, keep the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you, don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had